Is coming grand finals between the Warlords and the Legends. This is the final game for round 2. There are still 2 more rounds to go. Round 3 will be a 2v2 round. Round 4 will be a 4v4 round. Obviously, the Legends already won this round with a 5-2 victory, but the Warlords did pull it back a little bit with 5-3 now. And the final game, the 9th and final game, will be here on Arabia, yet again in that 3v3 format. I'm looking forward to this one. Arabia still is one of my favourite maps, and, you know, I'm not a big fan of Arabia Hun Wars, but I do think that Arabia is, you know, a great map, and it's one that I enjoy watching whenever. The fact that it's Dry Arabia as well makes it a little bit better for me. Dry Arabia is my preferred version of this map because there's no stupid oases around, and that is good, in my opinion anyway. That's good. So we'll introduce the players, see where they're at, see what's going on. Up to the north of the map in the red, we've got the Viper. He's on the flank at the north there, and he's playing as the Mayans. In the pocket position, Jordan23 in the green, playing as the Huns, and on the left flank, we've got Cab playing as the Mongols in the blue. For the first time this game, first time this series, we've not got Cab on the Vikings. That's nice, and we've got a nice little variety of civs. We've got obviously the Mayans. The Mayans always feature somewhere, but the Huns and the Mongols are fantastic Arabia civs, and I've got a feeling from the pocket position here, Jordan23 might be tempted to scout rush even still. If not, fast castle and knights, but I'd like to see a scout rush from him from the pocket. That'd be fun. For the other team, for the Warlords, we've got down to the south west in the orange, we've got Bagiofro playing as the Mayans. My god, again. In the pocket position, we've got Slam in the purple, and he's playing as the Huns. And on the top, we've got Riet playing as the Mongols. So both Huns in the pocket, and then we've got at the top Warlords Mongols versus Legends Mayans, and at the bottom we've got Warlords Mayans versus Legends Mongols. Mongols plan then obviously for a really fast feudal. On this map the Mayans not going to get away with fast castling because it's so open, so we may see a drush from them, and in the pocket positions both Hun players could be tempted to do a scout rush even still. I guess we'll keep a close eye on that really. Now, obviously, at the top of the map, the Mayans versus the Mongols again up there. So we'll fast forward to about 6 minutes 30 when we may see the first barracks coming up if we are to see a drush. But for now, let's have a quick look at the map. Obviously, we'll look at each player's map in turn. Viper's got a forward gold. It could lead him to want to drush even more, actually, given the fact that he is the Mayans as well. Makes it viable, and given his map is quite open like that, might be tempted. But then again, could wall between here and here, but it's quite a long, ambitious wall to make. There's the barracks, so he will indeed drush, and that's a 5 minutes 20 barracks. That's a really early barracks from Viper there, and he's probably, getting his second bore already, so that he can make sure he has got enough food for those militia. At the south, doesn't seem like Bagiofro is getting his barracks up yet, but he also has a forward gold, so again, we might be seeing a drush from him. But then again, I've not seen Bagiofro drush too often, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's a strategy that he really likes that much. He is pushing those deer in towards the TC, but I'm not seeing a drush from him just yet. In fact, with only, well, oh, okay, there we go. It's late. 7 minutes putting his barracks up. That's a huge difference. Obviously, Viper's already got his first militia coming out, and Bagiofro has only just started building his barracks there. We've got a barracks from Riet as well, and Cab at the south deciding to fast feudal instead by the looks of it, with Cab already up to the feudal age on 20 population, taking advantage of that Mongol hunt bonus, and he's going to go straight into scouts here. Probably, though, given the fact that Bagiofro's barracks is so damn late, he'll probably make it to the feudal age and have his scouts out before Bagiofro even gets a single militia over there. I'm wondering if he's even going to bother making militia, but of course he will. It's just a very late barracks, and that's disappointing because that's going to be costly. He's going to achieve very little, and that's not good, obviously. So Riet here, Viper here, going to go at it in a minute. Viper's sending his drush out. Riet's going to have his third militia out in time by the looks of things to keep it nice and safe. or to keep him nice and safe. And this is the really important thing. Got to keep that deer patch safe, because that's a nice deer patch right there. Look at that. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7 deer, which is a lot more than the standard 4 deer patch that people get. Viper's deer don't seem to be in a great location. Either that or he's pushed them in, but I don't see any dead deer under the TC. So Viper's not really got any deer here, which could put Riot in a great position. Riot as well, fighting downhill, should definitely win this this drush. No doubt about that. Riot is all over the drush here. And yeah, that's just a clean victory for him. No problem whatsoever. Viper's done for there. And that was well defended by Riot. He's going to be able to secure those deer. And that's fantastic. Still, 26 population. Might fast castle off the back of it, depending on how it goes. And Viper's walling up, so I'm expecting a pretty slow game in the north of the map. We've also got mass wall from Bagiofro as well. His rush is going out, but as we know, Cab already up to the feudal age, already got those scouts coming out, and like I said, by the time he gets there, those scouts are already going to be done. The pocket positions, let's have a quick look. Jordan 23 up to feudal on 27 pop, and Slam is up on 27 as well. So we're not going to see any scout rush from the pocket position, which is fine. They'll probably go straight into knights once they click up to the castle age, and it won't take them too long either. So 3 scouts out for Cab. That should be superior to the militia here. He should be able to clean that up now. Maybe the 4th scout coming out will be when he wants to make that attack. But obviously this is the thing with the militia drush. Even if you do a militia drush and it's late, you're still going to keep your opponent kind of busy. You're still going to make them have to defend until they've got the army to fight you. And Bagiofro has bought himself enough time to wall, and that's really what he wants to do here. He wants to fast castle this if he can, and I imagine he's going to be able to do it. 5 villagers on gold, still got sheep. He pushed those deer in towards the TC, so he should have plenty of food. So Viper here in the north, kind of weird to see him walling like this. He's not really a fan of walling. And Jordan 23 as well, walling across the middle. It's a pretty big team wall for these guys. And I'm starting to wonder if we're going to see something similar again, where the Mayan gets a sling. Now, I'd be really disappointed if Jordan 23 starts slinging the Viper now from the pocket position. It's very unlikely to happen, I think. But I don't know. I mean, if that happens, I'm just going to be so disappointed, because you want to, you want to see high aggression from the pocket play. You want to see those knights coming out quickly. But if that doesn't happen, then it's just going to be sad. Bagiofro losing his militias there. But obviously, he's planning to fast castle anyway. We know Viper's fast castling. He's taking the stone. He's going to get a castle very quickly once he reaches the castle age. But his fast castle is not going to be so fast. I think Bagiofro will be there first. Obviously, those scouts now on the prowl, probably going to head towards the pocket position, where Slam's building a stable and a blacksmith, good man, and Jordan 23 as well. So at least the pockets are going to play aggressive. Perhaps we won't see a slaying on the Mayan player at all, which is nice. But yes, Neo Malarkey in the chat saying about man-at-arms and long swords. I would love to see more long swords and man-at-arms come into play, to be honest with you. That's the best. Those kind of units that you don't see them ever, but they can be really effective. In a team game, you hardly ever see them. It's too risky, too expensive, doesn't really work too often. But in 1v1s, man-at-arms up to longswords, it can be really good. And I know in the Forgotten as well, longswords have been buffed slightly, so it actually makes them even more viable. And yeah, I mean, we see the sort of man-at-arms in 1v1 more often now in 1v1s. It's good. I like that. It's I don't know what it is about infantry. I just love seeing the infantry. It's just, I guess it's just because it's different. But I'm not going to complain. So Cab's moving into archers now. And that makes sense, of course. You can't not make military in this position. But at the same time, he's also, I guess, taking a little risk, making or slowing down his castle time. He's going to have a good castle time, though. He's actually really close to the required resource amounts. Bagiofro, double archery range. If you have a look, the way he's walled, he could take stone down here, but he's not. He's just doing 2 archery ranges instead. And I'm going to go ahead and say that is because he wants to get archer production going fast, and he wants to have a faster castle time. Taking stone does slow your castle time down a little bit. And Viper's castle time significantly slower than Bad Geofro's, even though they both did a drush. Obviously, Viper didn't take deer, but Viper's taking a lot of stone. So that stone, which he has taken, Bad Geofro has instead gained more wood, more gold, and he's able to start pumping out archers, which means when he gets to castle, he's going to have a good number of military units out to upgrade and start to push an advantage. Jordan 23, first to the castle age. We're going to see 2 stable knights from him, good man, and they're going to go, well, we don't know where they're going to go. Maybe to one of the flanks. It looks like he's sending them down towards Cab here. Maybe thinking Viper can hold his own a little better. We've got Mongol Rits also building archers at the moment, same as Cab. But obviously we know Bad Geofro is going to be castle very soon. So sending those knights down there makes a lot of sense. And Slam, where's he going to send his knights? They're going to be sent up to Riot. So it's basically both teams doing the same. Aside from the fact that Slam is just doing 1 stable and 2 TCs straight away. Whereas Jordan, he's doing 2 stables, just 1 TC for now, and he'll add that 2nd TC soon, but not straight away. So there's the major difference there. The pocket players really doing very different things. Slam focusing more on eco, Jordan focusing more on aggression, and he's actually going up to the north rather than down to the south, which I find, again, kind of interesting. But this is good, because for Riot's very open, and his gold's not in a great position. Knights in here could be annoying, and obviously Riot here is going to be quite weak at the moment. Well, we say that. He's got a few crossbows on the hill. He also got up to the castle age very recently. Viper's up here to castle as well. Not an amazing time for him. Not an amazing time, but he will be having putting up a castle very quickly. There it is. And of course, that protection there from Jordan is going to help him get that castle up safely as well. But Jordan now moving away down to the south of the map, probably to support Cab a little bit. Cab should be castle age very soon, but he's a little slower than Riot in this situation. And he's actually switching into skirmishers as well at the moment, which is, again, a little bit unusual. You don't see that too often, really. But obviously, you know, that does make a little bit of sense. If you think about it, Bad Geofro, we know he's going crossbows here. Skirms, what do they counter? They counter crossbows. But Bad Geofro is coming through. There is a hole here. Or, yeah, there's a hole there. Look at that. Doesn't look like there should be a hole, but there is one. He is through. Cab sitting on his hill here with skirms, though. And they are even on the upgrades there. So, I mean, Cab could be in a decent position in this fight. He could even win it if Bad Geofro doesn't micro well. And it doesn't look like he is, even. Attacking the blacksmith down here by accident. So Cab's going to push him away, and that was good from him. Going to block him off with some scouts, and he's going to finish this army off, I think, if he keeps his skirms coming in. And that was great play by Cab. That was really very good play by Cab there. Should clean that up, and that was really, you know, a very good trade. Very good trade for him. Plenty more where that came from, though. Panchofro is sending more across the map, and Cab just playing defensive now, getting that elite skirmisher upgrade. For the time being, Jordan's sitting outside of Viper's base, Viper with a mangonel, and look at that castle. It's not going up too fast, is it? He really needs that support from Geordie here. Geordie's going to come in and try and do some damage. Slam, no upgrades on his knights, as we know already. Slam doing those 2 TCs faster generally means he's prioritizing economy over military, so no upgrades on his knights for him. Jordan 23, just the defense upgrade, but he has got more knights thanks to that double stable production. He has got his 3rd TC up now, though, but he is a little bit further behind. Slam's got about 11 extra villagers at the moment. So Jordan's got to make that military do damage. He has to make that military pay for itself. Otherwise, that's basically just put him at a disadvantage for no reason. Most economy in the game at the moment is actually Slam, though, with 50. That's really quite good. Jordan's on 40, so he's not too bad. But 50 population for Slam. He can add that 2nd stable in fairly soon. And he can start to put more pressure on, send more knights out to the flanks if he can. But so far, the Warlords are looking pretty good. They've got the legends on the defensive on both flanks. Obviously, Cab's very defensive with these skirms. We've got Viper on the defensive with this defensive castle. And obviously, this wall's about to be opened as well. Now, Viper quickly adding in some plumed archers here. You know, it's nice that they make nice and fast, but still, 4 plumed archers, there's a few knights, there's a lot of crossbows, and Viper's just got this one mangonel. So obviously the plan here is to get Slam to focus down that mangonel as quickly as possible, and then follow through with the crossbows to get them to do some eco damage. Getting that mangonel is key though, because if that mangonel stays up, then obviously it can have the potential to kill a lot of crossbows up here. Meanwhile, at the south of the map, Cab's trying to get another TC, but it's not going to work out. These crossbows are causing him a little bit of a headache at the moment. And of course, Bact isn't going to just run straight into these skirms again. So denying that TC for now means that Cab is just on the 1, whereas Riot just on the 2. Riot's just on the 1 for now. But he is really making a lot of archers at this point in time. Still, they've not done too much damage to Viper. At this rate, Viper's going to get enough plumed archers out to defend quite nicely here. Lacking a few upgrades, of course, but it won't take him too long to get some of those upgrades done. Like, as I say that, he's just got Bodkin Arrow. So yeah, I mean, once he's got a few more plumes out, he's going to defend this easily with this mangonel. And to be honest with you, with the lack of knights here from Slam now, it's going to be nearly impossible for Riot to fight this. He really needed those knights to take down the mangonel, and that didn't happen. So Viper's safe for now, and this is a game where we're not seeing a sling, which makes a nice, unusual change, I guess. It's not too often that we see slings anymore. Bad Jeffro are going to get a couple more villager kills. Cab, you can finish it. Finally getting his 3rd TC up and chasing these crossbows down with his skirmishers for now. Cab's finally getting that 3rd TC up and running. But I think Bad Jeffro probably not in an amazing position with eco either, actually. Again, making a lot of crossbows here. Only just getting his 3rd TC going. But he has delayed that 3rd TC from Cab long enough. Perhaps doing enough damage as well to make that worthwhile. 16 kills for Bad Jeffro, 17 losses. 18 kills for Cab, 17 losses. So, actually, Cab's doing pretty damn good on this right side, given the fact that against Bad Jeffro here, he's actually ahead, which is nice. For Cab, obviously. Not for the Warlords, they're not probably too happy about that. So we got Slam now stepping on the gas with the knight production a little bit. Obviously in this situation, oh, good play, look at that, quick wall on the left side, giving Slam a couple more shots onto those knights there. Good play by him. Jordan 23 outnumbered, so he doesn't want to, fight this really. Running in there looking for some damage, and look at that, Slam's getting another quick wall, or is he? Yes, he's trapped them in. Well played, Slam. A good trap, and he will get those knights. That was good. That was very good. Going to finish them off by the looks of it. And Slam here just lacking that +2 defense upgrade. But like I say, he's going to start stepping on the gas here with 3 stables. And before long, he'll be imp as well. Going to keep chasing those knights down, and the rest of his knights can start sending out and harassing. Knights down here would be really valuable, actually, because at the moment, Bad Jeffro is playing like ass, let's be honest. He's really not making much of these crossbows. He's really over-investing into crossbows here. Oh, wait, never mind. My bad, sorry. I didn't notice this army here. I thought that was all he had left. Still, he is losing a lot of crossbows to these skirms, and knights down here would be perfect. They would be really good. They would definitely help him out a lot. They would help to deal with the skirmishes and all that jazz. We've also got Jordan 23 coming down to help out. They'll certainly clear up those crossbows if they get caught out. And Bad Jeffro at the moment, not really being able to kill a whole lot or do a whole lot of damage to Cab's eco. He's done a little bit, but it's not huge. Viper going in with the plumed archers though. Well played by him. And this is where it gets difficult for Riot. Riot's got plumed archers in his base. He can't really go against them with he can't really go against them with crossbows because they're just not, they don't stack up. Like the crossbows just will not be able to win. Well, they're saying that Viper doesn't have the +2 defense at the moment, which is kind of a big deal. But even still, Viper now getting chased down by Slam. Slam knows he's got to go in and help out his teammate. Going to try and get some kills here with these knights. Should be able to pick 1 or 2 units off if he chases them down. And he's got plenty of knight production coming out as well at the moment. So that's good. Jordan 23 chasing down Bact. And for the time being, Tyrant Legends actually behind in the score, which is perhaps a surprise, But to be honest with you, the Warlords aren't doing too badly at the moment. They're playing nice and aggressive. Riot here coming in, and as Cab just deals with Bagiofro, in comes Riot with his mass crossbows, gonna bring down this wall, and Cab now needs some help. But Jordan 23 is here, so I mean Jordan 23 is on standby. He's ready and waiting to help him out. But this is kind of nasty for Cab. He's kind of 3-on-1 at the moment. Bagiofro needs to bring his army back in, and that would be good. Because, I mean, if Bagiofro brings his army in, it's going to basically be Bagiofro, Riot, and Slam all on Cab here. And only Jordan to really defend him. It's a lot of crossbows. I wouldn't want to stand in their way for long. And they are fully upgraded as well by Riot there. So, Riot's doing a good job. And that is a concern. Oh, man. Viper's plumed archers, so good. Killing those knights off very, very quickly. But they are coming down to Cab's aid as quickly as possible. As these guys group together to try and do some damage. Bagiofro just... It's like, you know, these two coming in. Bagiofro's over here. And then these two come this way, and Bagiofro's going this way. It's like he's doing the opposite to what his teammates are doing here with his army. It's kind of amusing. But if they stick together, this is going to give them the best chance of getting a victory against Jordan 23 here. Could be pretty nice, but Bagiofro needs to move his army up. He has to go with them. And Viper's out of position at the moment. He's too far gone, too far away even, to come and help out. So Jordan 23 here. Moving back, buying some time, waiting for Viper to come through with the plumed archers. Now, Imperial Age on the way up for Slam. Good timing for him, actually. Very good. And Slam's going to be up with a lot of resources as well very soon. He is going to be up with 1,000 food, about 800 or more gold. And that's great. He's going to be able to start production of Cavalier very quickly. He's already got a good number of knights out. 21, in fact. Which, against Jordan 23's 38 knights, is not amazing. But in comparison to Jordan 23, he has gone up a lot faster, and that's because he's not invested in so many knights now. So Slam over here getting a few villager kills, nicely done. Viper's coming in with his plumed archers though, and Jordan 23's got his knights as well. So Cab just has to just sit tight for a minute. And I think this army from Jordan and Viper will clean this up. I don't doubt that, actually. I think they should clean this up. Jordan 23 is going to have +2 attack on his knights soon, I'm sure. But there's Imperial Age for Slam. And there comes the army. Slam's coming in with more, though. Oh, man. Slam's coming in with a lot of knights up here. Will this go? Oh, man. This is a big fight right here. Riot on that hill, though. Laying out the damage with those crossbows. Oh, man. Slam's coming in with even more knights. But Jordan 23 getting the hill with his knights there. Doing a really good job. If Viper loses his plumed archers here, this could be really bad news for the Legends. This is a 3v2 fight, but it looks like the Tyrant Warlord's getting overwhelmed, and Slam gonna go back. That extra upgrade on the attack there for Jordan 23 is certainly helping out. The plumed archers, as we know, superior to the crossbows. And that was a good victory for the Legends there. Just as Slam reaches the Imperial Age, taking out a bunch of his knights before they managed to get upgraded. Taking out the majority of Riot's army. And Riot now is in a bit of a trouble, because at home he's got no defense. He's not even got a castle, and Viper's coming around the side with plumed archers, which is, you know, bad news. Viper's on the way up to Imp. Jordan 23 is on the way up. Bagiofro is on the way up, but Riot's economy is really imbalanced at the moment. He's got way too much gold, not enough food, and I'm surprised that Viper's not playing more aggressive in here and not raiding his economy more. I mean, archers here, a lot of dead villagers. Archers around the side, a lot of dead villagers. But I guess he's going to play, you know, a bit more cautiously with Slam being in the Imperial Age now. But it's not going to be long before Viper gets Imp. It's not going to be long before Jordan gets Imp, and Bagiofro as well. So that'll be like 2 players on each team up to the Imperial Age. Cab's a little way off, and so is Riot. But this is looking good for Bagiofro, actually. He's now got castles up. He's starting to pressure that. I don't think Bagiofro has played too well in terms of military. He's not got a good KD, I guess, but it's not too bad for him. 50 kills for 51 losses. It did seem to look a lot worse than it is. And against Cab now, he's about to hit Imp. Gonna have that castle done. He's probably gonna do Cap Ram straight away. This TC is gonna go down very quickly, and Cab could lose a lot. On the top as well, Slam's pushing Viper back with these Cavalier, obviously prioritizing that defense upgrade, denying that castle. And this is buying Rhea enough time to get Imp now. He should have clicked up. He has. And once Rhea gets up, we're going to start seeing Mangadai. He just has to prioritize getting some castles out, which he is doing, which is great. So the Legends could be in a spot of trouble. I think Jordan, though, he's got a really big army at the moment. Looking at that population count, Jordan 23, he has still got the largest army in the game. And once they're upgraded, they will be a force to be reckoned with. It's just whether or not damage is going to be done by Slam in time. At the moment, Viper just hitting him, and he's trying to plug that choke point with those plumed archers there. Slam just holding back, it seems, for now, taking a few arrows for nothing, but there's Paladin for Slam, and that's pretty damn good. I mean, Slam Paladin already, this is basically what won the game for the Warlords last time. Jordan 23, just Imp, but no Cavalier upgrade yet, no +4 defense just yet, and Slam at the moment with a pretty good advantage, I feel. Badgiofa in the south making good progress. Just getting massacred by that Mangonel, though. If it wasn't for that Mangonel, my goodness me, it would be a different story altogether. Treb out. Cab's going to lose a lot of ground. Cab just clicking up to Imp, but what TC did he click it up? This one here. That's probably the wisest option. Actually, saying that would be the wisest option to click Imp in. Because if he loses this TC, he loses the upgrade. But I doubt that's going to happen. We'll wait and see, I suppose. Now up on the hill, Paladin from Slam doing a lot of damage to Viper's elite plumes, but this is trouble. Jordan 23 with all of those Cavalier now, 38 of them. Even though they're attacking uphill, they've got a castle here. They've got Viper's plumed archers behind. Of course, Slam is going to run away. The problem is, where's the army from Riot at the moment? Riot's preparing a ram rush, but he really needs to get those Mangadai out. He is really needing the Mangadai right now, and he's got a total of 3 Mangadai, which is not enough. It's just not enough. That castle's going to fall, but these Paladins aren't going to hold it on their own. Riot needs to get some military out quickly. And Riot needs to support this army. If Slam keeps sending more and more over, and they just defend for a while, and they don't throw any units away stupidly, they could just hold this hill for a while here, which would be great. Now, this is pretty huge. This TC is under fire. Cab's 51% of the way up to the Imperial Age, but look at that TC. 3 more shots, I think that's down. This TC on the right side, about to go down to the castle. Oh my goodness me, Cab is about to lose his Imperial Age upgrade, and that is huge. And I think with that, Warlords could easily win this game now. Like, I'm not one to call it too early, but my goodness me, that Imperial Age upgrade is lost. Cab didn't even bring the repairs on that TC, and his villagers are going to get cut down as well. This is the problem for the Legends. Jordan 23 still doesn't have Paladin, which means this fight here is eventually going to tip into Slam's favor as he keeps pumping these Paladins in. And not only that, but Jordan 23 has to help Cab out here eventually. Finally, Paladin coming in, but they've gained the hill, they've taken the castle down, and Riot now building that castle there. He's starting that elite Mangadai production. He's got conscription, so they're coming out quite fast. And to be honest with you, it's looking very dicey for the Legends at the moment. Looks like Warlords here are going to be able to pull this one back and get another win on the board for them. You know, that's really not bad. I know that obviously the Legends have won the series with a 5-2 victory, but if the Warlords bring it back to 5-4, that's good for them, and that shows promise for the future of future rounds as well. So we'll see what happens, I guess. We'll see what happens. But they are pushing really very well on both sides. Jordan 23 with that Paladin upgrade, though, that could certainly start to turn things around a little bit. Badgiofa has got a lot of plumed archers here. But against Mangudai, against Paladins as well, might not be super easy to push in. He's already been pushed back a little bit, but denying that Imperial upgrade for Cab, that's pretty huge, and that's certainly set the Legends back quite a way. In the north of the map, it's only a matter of time before Riot is popped, and once Riot gets popped like Slam is here, it's going to be really bad news. Like I say, fully upgraded Elite Mangudai coming down this hill, that's going to be really, really difficult to deal with. And at the moment, with that Siege Ram upgrade done as well, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with these plumed archers. I mean, Rams are just so important when it comes to dealing with plumed archers, soaking up that arrow fire, getting them in there, and just using your Mangudai to fire over the top. It really will just work very well. Obviously, the Mongols getting drill gives them an extra speed boost, which is always nice. But there you have it. Slam taking care of Jordan 23's Paladins for now, it seems. But there are a lot of plumed archers here. And, I mean, plumed archers are incredibly, incredibly strong for their price. And these Mangudai will die to the plumed archers, it seems. Castle's still standing for the Viper at the moment. But given that Viper's lost a couple of castles now, he's still doing okay on 3, but ideally wants more than 3 if he wants to keep that plumed archer production going. In the south of the map, it looks like Slam's come to say hello down here, and well, Jordan's really not got a huge amount of units down this end. Cab does not have that Imperial Age upgrade still. He is losing his castles still. These Mangudai here, obviously unupgraded, and I just don't think that the Legends are going to have what it takes to pull it back, but I might be wrong. I want to be proved wrong. I always like to see a good comeback. But still, Warlords holding that hill here. And this is the thing with castles. They're really irreplaceable. Once you start losing your castles, you can't replace them easily. You can't replace them quickly. You know, that stone is finite. And we're having a look at Back's situation here. You know, he's sitting on 3 castles on the hill. He's got just those 3 for now. Oh, no, there's another 2. I was going to say, 3 seems like a very small number at this stage of the game. He's got 5 in total. Viper's sitting on 3, so his production's not quite there compared to Bagiofro. And with all these Paladins down here from Slam as well, I mean, Cab's going to be feeling the pressure right now. Siege round from Bagiofro done. Hordes of elite plumed archers ready to strike. And that castle is not going to last too long at this rate. This tread will fall, though. Kind of neglectful of him. He might have been worthwhile to put his plumed archers there. Looks like that's going to go down any minute now. Cab spending so much stone repairing that. On this top side, though, Viper just refuses to die. He just refuses. He says, no, I will not die. Not today. And sitting in defense there. Doing pretty good. But I'm just wondering how long this can hold down at this flank. Cab's now up to Imp. That's great. But where are the upgrades at? Conscription's just being done. But there's no Elite Mangudai upgrade. He can't afford it. There's no real defense upgrades coming in. He's doing chain barding armor at the moment for his hussars rather than the archer armor. So, oh man. I'm surprised that castle's still up. Down it goes. There you go. And the next castle coming under fire almost immediately. And that is that for Cab. I mean, where's Jordan now? He's trying to bring more Paladins over, but he is spread so thinly between each flank. He is really, you know, sending half his army to one side, half his army to the other. He only has 15 Paladins left on the map. And looking at Jordan 23's economy, you know, he doesn't have the gold to support this Paladin production. He's got a lot of trade, more markets up, but the trade income isn't there yet. These guys cannot trade across the full length of the map either. And that is a big problem. That gold income is going to be vastly reduced because of that. And Jordan 23 now, Paladin production isn't there. Cab's losing these castles pretty quickly. This right flank completely falling. And this castle from Riot refusing to die as well, which is always good to see. Yeah, that castle from Cab is down. His Mangudai production is never going to get going again now. There's no chance of Mangudai being a staple of Cab's army at this point in time. And Bagiofro just continuing to roll on through. Cab's eco really non-existent at the moment. He's got a little bit of wood income here. He's got a little bit of farm and a little bit of gold on this right side. But the majority of his eco, the main chunk of it, just been steamrolled through by Bad Jofro. Warlords with a really firm score lead at the moment. And Viper here still holding out. But, you know, doesn't matter if he holds out. What matters is that the Warlords down here are crushing at Cab. They are really crushing Cab. Jordan 23 does not want to engage with those paladins until he has more. Cab's at the back with hussars, trying to just get a good number together before they go in and engage this, but there's too many plumed archers there in my opinion, and although these hussars from the Mongols are pretty beefy with their extra health, against archer units, they don't fare as well because they have to close that gap. They need that pierce armor. So yeah, for me, Mongol hussars, they're better at dealing with melee units than they are with ranged units. Cab there running in and just getting cut down, mowed down. And I think that's going to be a GG from the Legends fairly soon. The Warlords with a really good trade at the back. And the Legends just nothing here. I mean, they have got trade cards, but it's just a really bad trade line. And it's really easy to raid as well. I mean, what's protecting this trade is a single, you know, not even fortified wall, which could be brought down with a ram in a matter of seconds. And there's Mangalai can run in and destroy it all. So that's a problem. That is a big problem. And they're continuing to push in on this right side. More raiding coming in to Cab. And Cab now down to 90 population, 66 economy. And it is simply not enough. It is not enough to sustain military production, and that effectively makes this a 3 versus 2 now. Viper's done well over this side. He has done very well. Obviously, pushing this back, taking down that hill, taking down that castle on the hill. But that's mostly because the plan here is to go for the trade. Like I said, that siege ram not going to take long to get in here at all. And I think if they do get in, it's going to be GG. But it doesn't matter. It's GG anyway. Jordan 23 is calling it. Viper's calling it. And Cab is calling it as well. Well played to the Warlords there. A good win for them. And that's really that's nice, you know. After the Legends played so well in that first series, after they, you know, went 5-2 and won this second series, it's nice to see the Warlords coming back with a couple more wins and bringing the series to a 5-4 close. And well played to the Warlords there. They had a really good game, and to be honest with you, the Legends did look really, really good from the early game onwards, but they just the Warlords just dominated through the late Castle Age onwards, and Slam definitely in my opinion the MVP of that game. Bad Jofro was the top scorer, but for me Slam was all over that. So well played to the Warlords there, and that concludes round 2 of the grand finals between the Legends and the Warlords. Round 3